Hi Scorpio, it's Lulu, and today I'm going to do your April 2020 spiritual conversation. Thank you. Now, any information that you need is in la description box, darling. Yes. Also, whatever you need from the playlist, the monthlies are in the play. There's a playlist for that. Meditations that we use here on the channel. What else? The spiritual guidance and advice playlist is a good one. And the mudra, the weekly playlist is also a good one because there's also some general advice in those as well. Thank you. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your comments. Thank you for your love and support. Thank you. I pray that everyone is staying safe and also holding up well at this time. There's a lot going on. Okay? So pray for your neighbors, baby. Now then. Angels, what do you have for Scorpio? The ever so loyal Scorpios. All right. So, moving into May. Okay, depending on where you are, of course, there may be some financial issues that spring out of nowhere, right? So moving into May, it's going to be very important at this time that you buckle down on your spending, buckle down on who you owe and what you owe, right? Know what is negotiable, what isn't, okay? Just a reminder, I'm pretty sure that all of the adults in the house know what's up. Now, because I'm really feeling that there may be a bill that comes out of nowhere that is larger than what you thought, right? I don't think it's a light bill, but it's some type of bill, something that's going to be due, okay? Also, please keep in mind that these readings are general readings. Please keep in mind that all of the energies can be switched however which way. Thank you. Everyone is not in a relationship or having the relationship issues. So if anything comes up, it could be a family member, a friend, or what have you. We're adults here. Now then, I don't know what y'all have been worrying about and afraid of here with this first card coming out. There may be some type of conflict of interest. What you see, right? And what you see and what you feel. There may be a conflict in what you see and what you feel. There may be a secret, or someone is waiting for something to come to the surface, dealing with another person before they can make a decision. It's right here. Now, I am seeing where there's true value between two people, but something has to end before there's a new beginning. There's a new way of looking at things. There may be someone that you are dealing with that is at a distance from you and is finally being able to make their way to you, you see. But there is some type of communication coming in that may have to do with finances or a job, or there may be an earth sign female who gives you some type of insight or intel about an investment or some type of job here. Something to do with money. And whoever it is that gives you this information or that you contact or is contacting you, they are well aware of what they're talking about. So I feel like they may be this something that they true to, not new to. Thank you. Now, what is this moon energy for Scorpio? I also feel that a lot of revelations have come to you in the past few days. There's been a lot of things that are being unearthed slowly but surely, and now you are connecting the dots on what certain things are. But you're moving into a meditative state so that you'll be able to really connect the dots in a way where things make more sense than what you can communicate at the time, see? So that also is telling me that it's not time for you to communicate certain things. It's not time for you to make certain types of decisions, right? A flow of emotion. Some of you may have had some of those nights where too many cards. Some of those nights where you have been hypersensitive, and you've just been crying and releasing and crying right there. Thank you. Now then. The truth is being illuminated. There's no way for you to not see what it is that you need to see here. Because it may have been some type of, like any type of conflict that you've had, right? It's time for you to really sit with yourself. Look at things from a logical standpoint, but using that feminine wisdom to unearth the truth. So you're using logic, intuition, and also from the heart to make sure that you are making the right decisions and saying the right things. Because you may have had a number of battles that you faced here in the recent past, probably an argument, different types of aggression coming in different ways. It could have been things that people said that bothered your spirit. It could have been things that people did that bothered you and kind of threw you off balance. So they're pushing you back. Boom, judgment. They're pushing you back into balance, right? I really feel that if you feel as though something was unfair, someone was unfairly treated or unfairly provoked, right? This is a time to make things right. Something is being brought to the forefront in order for it to be made right, in order for justice to be served. But what I'm really getting here is that there is some type of praise that is due to someone. Because I feel like there is something that was taken blown out of proportion. And it was unnecessary. Clarify this Five of Wands. Major events. Okay. So, someone may have even had this may have even been violence here. Emotional abuse, physical abuse, some type of abuse. There's someone trying to be pulled, like, you may be wanting to change, right? Whoever I'm talking to. You may have wanted to change and had been struggling with it. You may have wanted to change the dynamic in your relationships and had been struggling with it. There may have been some type of conflict of interest. And now you are in a space of being in your full element because you got the Death card. So being in your full element and knowing that what it is that you want, it's time for you to go after that. This is new life force energy coming in. But overall, releasing the old in order to let in the new. And it's probably been challenging. It's probably been in that space where, in the metamorphosis space where we go through this whole change and this rebirth and shedding of old skin and coming out a beautiful butterfly, it can be quite challenging, right? In relationships within ourselves, the relationship we have with ourselves, communicating and having to deal with other people, is Judgment Day. It's time for things to be made right. So things are coming to that space. That's why you're going to move into this energy of just being. Just being. Not allowing anyone to ruffle your feathers, not allowing anyone to get under your skin, but just being, because that's important in this part of your journey. That's important in this part of your transformation. What I'm getting here is that there's a need to reach for goals that are attainable, reach for and make baby steps, right? This is baby steps. This is a reef, right? And he's reaching for it. It's really not a reef. That's what it looked like today. Thank you. But he's reaching for it, but also something may be trying to pull him back. So there's also saying that there's no need to be pulled back into your old ways. There's no need to battle, go against the grain. When you make a decision, you want to be fair, you want to do what's right. But either you make a decision or a decision will be made for you. I'm saying that there's an opportunity period coming up very soon. You will know, because what's following this, what's before this opportunity period is walking through the door of value. Gotta come from your diaphragm. Somebody told me in the comments. Thank you. Now, walking through the door of value. Now that you see you've gone through all the things that you no longer want, and you're coming into this meditative state. Now you know what the value of the thing at hand is, whatever it is the challenges that you face. It can be a number of things, just any type of chaos that you've come out of. Now you know what you don't want. Now you have raised your value, right? Charge your worth and add tax when you come out of this, right? Playing tug of war with people, places, and situations, however that resonates, right? How do you play tug of war with places? Having to go back and forth with people on a bidding war. Tug of war. Like, why don't y'all just go ahead and just let me, y'all know I'm the best person for it. Let me win, right? Give me the fucking bid. Overall, a choice will be made. You walk through the door of value. You realize exactly how things work. Everything happened the way that it was supposed to. Whatever what needed to be revealed was revealed, possibly around that Libra full moon. Because now you're moving into a space of stabilizing your energy, stabilizing, looking more into, does this work? Does this work? How does this work? What does that mean? You see, because it's very important here with this 22. That's a master number. And this is also just overall mastering your ability to not give in, right? Because there may be people testing you on levels, and you don't need to give in to certain things. Right here. It's right here. Hold on, because I'm going to tell you, you're doing the work, though. I see it. I see it. You've been through a lot. You've been through a lot. You graduated. Okay? This is doing the inner work, doing the work within that needs to be done. I also feel here with these 3 cards that there are some things that may have been buzzing about for quite some time. Things that you couldn't get off your mind, couldn't get, you try to distract yourself and couldn't. You try to do things a different way and couldn't. So now you have to face it. But when you face it, you're facing it from a space of, you're facing it from within instead of out and reacting, overreacting, being overwhelmed by everything that's happening, like the chaos that may be around you. You're not doing that. Some of you may go into solitude and move into this space where, you're not answering your phone. You're not answering anything. You're just not. You're very mindful in this transformative period that what needs to be done and how it needs to be done. It's right here. And that's the work inside. Okay? Clarify this door of value. There may be a number of, with this door of value, this may be an influx in income. There may even be, you may be receiving some type of, some of you are receiving alimony. You are finally receiving that. Or maybe your spouse is finally giving you an allowance. But there's something to do with you and another person or a partnership as well that this money is coming through. Many of you will find money in places like old purses. I really feel like that because I done found $400 before in an old purse. But you are finding yourself overall. With this 3, I feel that this is your opening up a little more to working with people instead of trying to do a lot of things yourself. Accepting that everyone plays a part in some type of way. So you're connecting what it is that you value, what it is that you will spend on, and what you would need help with when it comes to finances, and that universal influx of universal energy of money, wealth on the spiritual level is coming in abundance. I do feel with this opportunity period that's coming in, you will be very victorious. You may be dealing with a Cancer. You may be dealing with a Gemini. There's a little bit, everybody is her basically. Fire, earth. Okay. Shit. Some of you realize that you have everything that you need to make shit happen anyway. You got the connects. You know who you need to reach out to, who you need to talk to about certain things, what contracts need to be signed, what you can put off, and what again, negotiable. I think that's what I'll name this. No, I'm not going to name it that. It's too long. Now, with the opportunity period that's being presented to you, there's something to do with your creative energy being heightened. It's like now that you put all the pieces together in certain things, now you know how to do things and make things work for this next life cycle, this next phase in your life. So what you're doing is working with your intuition. You're also pulling in that Kundalini energy, your life force energy. You're also using as much of your practical resources to make this happen as well. You don't need a lot. All you need to do is plant the seed, what do they call it? Tilling your garden. It's time. Because with this opportunity period, what I'm seeing here is that now that this magical moment has arrived, and now you know exactly what to do and when to do it and who you need help to help you with it, it's going to be very empowering. You will be triumphant. But you must assert yourself and discipline yourself in order for you to get the benefits that utilize the do what needs to be to reap the rewards. Okay, y'all the first reading out today. Bear with me. Now then, there may be someone that you meet that is older, or there may be some type of, maybe it's a video on YouTube that you see of someone who may be older. At first you weren't going to click on it, or at first you weren't going to entertain whoever this is that you see somewhere, okay? There's someone that is giving you so much, I feel like they're only going to say a few words, because that's all it really takes. Don't nobody have to do a dissertation, explain nothing to you. They're just going to tell you a few words. There's a few things that need to be said to really rekindle that passion in you, to really get the sparks, flying, to get you back in have you feel like your mojo is back. It's right there. There may be someone gifting you some type of amulet or a necklace, or all of it is an amulet to me. Some type of talisman here that is very powerful as well. It may have something to do with your relationship. So it could be you manifesting an engagement. Y'all got three majors: judgment, death, and the devil. So let's slow down. So clarifying the arts, there could be someone who is trying to manipulate you, right? But let's go back, because this is taking a spin. Now, with this card, though, with this devil in this deck, it's like these people are being led, or they have a choice to make. Either they, and with this opportunity, okay, there it is. Now, before we go back to if this is a person, okay, with this opportunity period coming up with this Magician card, right, you may be feeling that heightened awareness, right? You may even be feeling very full of life and full of enthusiasm, right? And what you don't want is to misuse the energy that is being bestowed upon you, because it won't. There's an ebb and flow with all energy, okay? So while you're up, how do you use this? Will you be tempted to go back to some of your old ways, or go back to some of those old thoughts from that Five of Wands? Will you be tempted to feed the lower energies, the lower nature, or will you rise above? So let's see what the advice is, because I really feel that you'll see anything that doesn't, as long as you are aware, okay, in tune with your star player, you will see any manipulation that may come. I'm talking about even if it's energy manipulation, because, one of the strongest forms of witchcraft is gossip. Just real hardcore gossip with emotions in it, right? So you will feel it. And the more that you raise your vibration, the less it will be able to affect you, and you will be able to understand how that works even more so as well. And if you have fallen off on staying on top of your energy, on top of what you're supposed to be doing, right, this is going to be a show and tell here, because you've done a lot of the work. Clarify this devil card. I also feel that there may be two people who may come around when your energy is heightened. So you want to be mindful of, use your discernment when dealing with certain people and making certain deals. Because also with that money coming in before this, what drives people the most when it comes to the lower nature, right? Money, sex, and power, honey. Now then, the other way that I'm saying this is that if you are going to utilize the arts, okay, in any type of way, law of attraction, whatever it is that you are using or utilizing at this time, I feel that you want to be mindful, because of what you've already gone through. Be mindful of how you are utilizing that you're manifestation energy at that time, because you're the alchemist, right? So when it's time for you to put some things together and work up some things or what have you, you want to know that this is one of those periods where you are being tested, as they say, okay? I think that you're going to overcome this, though, but this is just a test. Like, if there's someone you see someone playing games, you don't have to play games back with them, but you can call it like you see it and, clear it, right? Don't internalize it, right? Because that'll just take you back to some of the spaces that you've already been. So don't internalize it. You can check it, right? Or respect it, however, right? Now then, clarify this devil energy for my beautiful Scorpios. 2 chariots. Told you. This chariot has much to do with pulling in the polarities, right? Pulling them in together and making them work together. The shadow side, the light side. Pulling them together and having them work together to accomplish a goal, right? So if there's been any type of chemical imbalances, or if you haven't been taking your medicine, or you haven't been doing your meditations, you've been finding yourself trying to fit in with people, and you've been trying to fit in with people in a sense where it's really unhealthy for you. This is you pulling yourself back together in order for you to do what you need to. Now, if this is a Capricorn, I feel like you are moving away from this person, right? If it's not a Capricorn, I just feel like you're leaving toxic behavior behind and you're leveling up, ascending, right? Riding the chariot of Merkaba. Now, the chariot of Ascension, the Merkaba. That's how that goes. Thank you. Again, y'all, the first reading out today. Thank you. Now, when you really take control of how you want things to go, really realizing that the part that you played in certain things in the past, okay, there's a flow of movement. A steady movement, a steady flow of movement that you're going to be very grateful for. Because even if you've been feeling stuck, stagnant, complacent, like you don't know where to go, you got bricks for shoes, right? You felt like you were going in circles, going over and over again, round and round and round and round and round. You're finally seeing that you are out of that space, right? You're out of that space. This may be the purchase of a new car as well. But what I'm really feeling with this Chariot card is that it took you a little time, and you want to temper yourself, right? You want to make sure that you do not drive back to any addictions that you may have had again. Okay. At this time, I think the little girl name is China. Rest her soul. At this time, y'all have to check on y'all strong friends. It's important for y'all to check on people who that may have overcome certain addictions. I don't care if it's a shopping addiction, because you never know. You might show up at their house after this whole ordeal is over, and they just got a house full of shit they don't need. Now they having an estate sale. But it's important to check on people, because there's a lot of that running rampant. There's a lot of domestic violence. There's a lot of heavy alcohol and drug abuse. So just please check on people who you know aren't as strong as you. Let's just say that, right? Because everyone is strong in their own way, but as far as addictions, right? So it's going to be important, because I feel like a lot of people are being driven back to their old ways and not understanding that, they may have gone through the 12-step programs and everything. Been sober 20 years, and then boom, right? So be mindful, please. That's why, let's just spread love, y'all. We got to. I don't care. Love is the most powerful thing that you can do. You can give out. That's the most healing energy and prosperous energy and most fertile energy that just plants and grows. Okay? Now then, move forward. There's some type of choice that needs to be made here when it comes to your partnership. The choice that you make is going to reap beautiful results. Someone is being healed as well. So if someone has been sick, they are being healed here. But when it comes to the partnership, a union between two people, a choice needs to be made. And with each choice that is made, of course, it is going to be important that you weigh possible conflicts in the future. Like when you make these agreements here. Okay? Moving forward. Taking walks and getting out with your spouse or the children is going to be important at this time here, because I'm seeing that you will be feeling relieved, feeling, I don't know where she came from, but she fell on top of this other earth sign. So hold on. But you'll be feeling very much so relieved, feeling anew, So whatever it is that you are going through, just know that the beauty of who you are to be revealed to the world is coming, and just give it time. It takes time. Okay. Now, I'm seeing here, yes. Okay, so I'm seeing here that peacocks and doves are very important, but I'm also seeing something up to the extent of you peacocking, right? Doing a little show off, doing a little dance or something like that. Just, because you'll be feeling good. That's that beautiful energy. Not being, just brash and boisterous and blah, 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 blah. But you had a right if you want to. But I just really feel like this is going to be much to be celebrated here. Someone's being healed. What is this partnership? Someone from your past may be returning. Someone from your past may also be, okay. Either the relationship that you are in, you're reverting back to the way it was in the beginning, the dopamine stage, feeling good. Overall, okay. There may be something that you did in the past that you are being karmically rewarded for, and that could be a partner. But overall, there's some type of karmic reward that is going to bring contentment to the homestead. Much to look forward to between you and someone. And I really feel with this world card crossing this, that you've reached a major highlight. No, I call certain events highlights. But you've reached a major highlight in your relationships, right? Wanting to know what more is there. There has to be more. So you may even be planning a huge trip or a huge, I think it's a huge move. But you're planning something with someone else, and it could be a childhood friend, or this is because it's someone that's very close to you, someone that you actually talk to on a regular basis, right? So if it's not a partner, it's someone that you talk to on a regular basis, and you both are wanting have some of the same dreams, okay? But overall, this is emotional contentment. This is being in that space of everything adding up. Everything feels right. Everything is in all your ducks in a row. You feel in alignment with your assignment. What's this? Changes as a result of as a result of doing the work. Okay. So now that you are in this space of you've balanced your inner. Now it's time for you to work on your outer, which isn't going to be hard when you work on the inside. The outside ain't hard. And I feel with this Two of Coin that when it comes to, excuse me, I itch you. When it comes to how you do things, who do you ask to help you to do certain things, making different types of plans, taking up a different hobby, a hobby that you probably hadn't foreseen in the past. Now all of a sudden, boom, new hobby, right? So that's going to be part of this, the change that is coming for you as well. Some of you, your physical, through this transformation, your physical appearance will change as well. You may not be, maybe some of y'all just not taking y'all fajas off like, damn, a bitch snitch, right? But overall, I feel that with this newness that has come in for you, you're going to begin to balance your spiritual life and your practical life much, much easier than you have in the past. Thank you. Yep. So now, okay, it's time to make more things happen. It's time to work on more things now that you've gone through what it is that you needed to so that you could learn. So now you're in a space of making decisions right? Making decisions and moving past limitations. You're making decisions to take your health in your own hands. You're making decisions to take your finances in your own hands, and you are creating this new life, right? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Because you feel new. You don't feel like what you used to. What you used to like and what you used to do, you don't do those things anymore. You are also building character. That's what I heard. Building character. But with this Eight of Coins, right? This is also an energy that I feel is like this is going to be a fast what is the word? Being compensated for whatever it is that you put out, and it's going to come in quicker than you thought. It's on the way right there. Now then, doors are closing so that new doors can open. Let them close, Scorpio. Let them close. What is this world? Oh, a bright, beautiful new beginning. Some of you have done so much of the work. Look, ending heartbreak, ending pain, ending grief. A lot of this had to do with you and your mind, though, right? No longer wanting to play second fiddle. No longer wanting to be part of any type of situation that didn't have any type of growth here. Because there may have been a lot of scarring, a lot of emotional wounds that came up as thoughts. You felt it, and then you thought, oh, that's what that is. It's connected. That's why when you do your emotional to-do list, when you think of something, where do you feel it in your body? Because that's where you're going to need to clear things out, because the organs are connected to certain energies, and it's important. They carry certain energies. So it's important that you don't do yourself any physical harm holding on to things that have hurt you in the past, and of course cause any type of cause you to be uncomfortable mentally, right? Because with this Three of Swords and allowing things to be what they are, getting over the heartbreak, getting over the betrayal, getting over the pain that may have been caused by a number of different things that people said or did, right? Or something that happened in your life that was traumatic, right? You know that there's always an ending, there's always a beginning and an ending, and then it keeps going, because numbers are infinite. Numbers don't stop. Fucking up my words today. Not really. Thank you. Now then, what is this Three of Swords, though? Someone is deciding to only deal with one person, and they are at their beck and call, trying to apologize and make things right. They don't want to hurt anymore. They don't want to hurt the other person anymore. They just want to do things right. They may have hurt a number of people, but there was this one person they don't want to hurt anymore, and they have to show and prove, Scorpio. I also feel that this is a time for growth and expansion for you, where it's at that point where you will be able to be even more independent, if that's what you choose here. So you're taking your time researching and taking your time to figure certain things out before making certain moves. Really focusing on your career, focusing on possibly the gathering of knowledge before making any other moves. Now, with this Knight of Coins, what he does is sometimes he gets too much caught up into the books. So they want you to be mindful of that. Be mindful of what you are paying attention to or giving your attention to. Because with this Queen of Swords, what she's saying here is that remember your childlike nature as well, right? Try not to be so forthcoming and so just it's this way, it's that way, and blah, blah, try not to be that way. Now, if this is someone outside of you, that's how they are. And this may be someone so someone may have found out that the other person was married as well and holding on to the information. Moving forward. Now, the other way that I'm seeing this, honey, is that a choice has to be made because I clarified the Three of Swords, so a choice has to be made. Here, some of you may be researching how to heal yourself or come out of certain traumatic programming to reprogram your subconscious, to reprogram your mind so that you can move forward, right? But on the other end, I feel that instead of making a move and making a choice, someone is deciding to be single, divorce, and let things go because of what they may have found out by reading something. Okay? Somebody's holding on to a secret. And if this is someone outside of you, if this Queen of Swords is outside of you, I feel like you should be very analytical about your approach. You be very meticulous on how you are going to approach this person, because I feel that this person may be, it may be a Virgo or an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, but I really feel that this person may not understand, because they don't remember a lot of having to go. They know the answers to your questions. However, they lack sympathy when they are speaking to you, possibly. And that may be something that you are turning away from and deciding to move forward, right? Really asking what will pay off, what will be rewarding for you. Is it worth me putting my time, effort, and energy into certain things, certain people, or do I move forward in another way, right? Because you may have been hurt here, because you're looking back. You're looking back, and you may have been hurt, and now you're trying to focus on things that, other things in your life. Yep. Because you know, with that Tower, a shitstorm is soon to come. And with the shitstorm that may come or arrive here, that may be why you've taken your shift from one thing to the other. That may be why the Earth sign female from the beginning of the reading is coming in to try and give you certain types of advice. May not be an Earth sign, but I just feel like it has something to do with Earth energy, right? Someone who is coming in to help you, because there may be some foresight about a situation that is a breakdown in a situation. It may even be a huge blow up about money, a huge blow up about splitting of assets, a huge blow up about what is owed, right? So I'm getting here that the time will come for you to make a decision. What do you do at a crossroad, right? You weigh your options, right? Because when it comes to this is going to take, you got to make a drop of a dime. The Tower and the indecision. This is going to be a decision that's not going to, you can't just sit and wait to make this decision. This is happening. Like a spur of the moment decision, right? So when it comes time for you to make this decision, they want you to be very, you need to already be doing the research that you need to. Like there's some things that they've already been nudging you to look into and ways of getting out of certain situations. Because with this decision that needs to be made, I feel this has a lot to do with your stability. It may have a lot to do with you securing a certain line of work, right? It may have a lot to do with, I think that your love life is really crossing into this as well. And a lot of self-love needs to take place, okay? With the self-love that needs to take place here, because you've been so victorious in all these other areas, you're feeling good, you're looking good, you're seeing things for what they are, okay? Maybe a little fear about ending a certain situation, because there's a fear of ending that, then not knowing, and fear of the unknown. Like, what does life look like on the other side of this, right? So I really feel that once you make a decision, you're going to be gifted. You're going to be gifted some sort of knowledge, or this may even be you focusing more again on your money, because there's a deep appreciation for everything that you've gone through. You even appreciate that you made the right decision and you listen, because now that you've used that opportunity period to take the higher road, right? You use that opportunity period to take the higher road, and what happens is the results that come in come back to back to back. So you have to be mindful of your words, be mindful of your actions at this time, because you're going to begin to see just how what you think, you think it, you don't have to necessarily say it. You think it, and it pours out, and you begin to see the result thereof. You're going to begin to see this so much so, and back to back, because they're reminding you that you watch your mouth. They're reminding you to watch your actions, watch what you do, do unto others as you have them do unto you. That's what this reading is strongly to me. I can't believe I talked this long. I hope I ain't been rambling. Let's see here. Yeah. So at the end of the day, there is contentment. There is happiness. There is a deep feeling of home. Feeling home within and home with those around you. Feeling happy with those things. Happy with those who are around you. There's a lot of motivation, a lot of motivating forces that will be placed in your energy. Any challenges, you'll be able to get past those, but from a stern, grounded approach. Okay? Bye. 40 minutes. Honey, I love y'all, Scorpio. Y'all been patient with me. Only like 2 of y'all, I think, hopped on the Instagram live. Like, where I motherfucking reading that, Lulu? The fuck is you doing? You all over here diddle-daddling and shit. Hold on, Scorpio.